second time on the team. Hey, Coach Kevin Hanson, Bobby Curtis, and Jake Riley, amazing runners. And we want to get into it, kind of introduce you guys, and talk about today. I think we should probably start over here to kind of go down the table. Can you just talk to us about the race? How did it go? What moments stick out to you? What do you remember the moments?
We were just laughing about the Brooks spot with The Walking Dead, and it perfectly depicted the day. I think I felt quite a bit worse at the start, and then I kind of got into my groove and was running happy by the end for sure. There was a couple moves that I hadn't predicted. I didn't think people would run that quick in this heat. I knew it was going to get hotter throughout the day and go up substantially over the second half of the race, the temperatures. So Kevin and I sat down last night and we kind of picked the magic number. 5:40 pace was plenty good, we thought, and that's kind of what I used as my gauge throughout the day. It felt a little frightening at times. I didn't know how I was going to shake out, but you always trust. I trust Kevin and Keith, and they know the marathon better than anyone, in my opinion, and they gave me the right number to get the job done today.
So, the final 6 miles, I think you came out of your shell a little bit in terms of the race itself, right? You were holding steady, and then all of a sudden you were watching tweets like, Desi making a beastly move, like Desi watching her come onto this race. Can you talk to us about kind of that last lap specifically and kind of how it went down when that move came on, and I think obviously the last 2 miles, catching Shalane and finishing second?
I'm glad it looked good because it did not feel good. I was going into the last lap thinking, just hold it together. I know Kara's right behind me. Nothing really starts until mile 22. I was cramping all over the place, and that can just switch like that from little cramps to you need to stop and walk or stretch it out. And so I was being fairly cautious still at that point, and I think on the way back to the Staples Center, I saw Kevin, and he was like, you can close the gap, you can close the gap, like the race behind you's done, you need to be looking ahead. And I was like, I can barely move. But the real estate was, it was closing down quick, and so you just never give up. You fight for every spot, always, and I'll take second again if I have to.
Is there a point in the race, you talk about Kevin, telling you the race behind you's done, but is there a point in the race when you knew that you had this team in the bag?
Go ahead.
We were looking at these. Does a bear shit in the woods? I feel like at mile 22 I felt good enough. The cramps were there, but Kevin and Keith prepare us to close that last 10K so well, and all the strength, the work from the last 4 years, I'm ready for that. I just kept telling myself, I can do this better than anyone. This is where I thrive. This is why you back off the pace early, and this is where I consider myself great. And so I just kept plugging away and keeping that in my mind that I can do it, and so I'm glad I got it done.
Can you talk to the feeling of making an Olympic team? It's your second time doing it, different circumstances of course, but what is that feeling like? I think obviously for me, but maybe for some other people who have never been an Olympian, what is that like? Yeah, fair enough.
This one's super special. It makes me appreciate 2012 and just say, I am a legit Olympian. I've done the work. I belong here. People, are you gonna get the Olympic rings tattoo after 2012? I was like, no, I don't want to talk about it at all. I want to forget it happened. And to get it done again, this is special.
Has the goal setting begun? Have you, anything you want to talk about, anything we can ask you, or can you divulge about what's in your mind as far as Rio?
I think we have an incredible women's side. I think it's the dream team. It's really great athletes. I think we should all be thinking about medals. I love that the women's side is so deep, and you can't have that bad day because there's 2 or 3 other women that can take that spot from you. So I think that we've raised the bar for the women, and now it's time to get the hardware. So that's where my mind is. Obviously, it really depends how I recover, but I got plenty of time.